Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Welcome everyone to the Electronic Audit Committee meeting on Monday, June 6th of 2022. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the committee is practicing physical distancing and participating electronically. I am not present in council chambers. I apologize. I will now call on the committee clerk, Caitlin Gillis, to conduct the roll call, please.
Thank you. Councillor Jowett.
Here.
Regional Chair Redmond.
Present.
Councillor Clark.
Present.
Councillor Galloway. Councillor Harris. And we have quorum. Thank you.
Thanks so much. I'll proceed to the land acknowledgement. I would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather virtually today is traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and the neutral people. We acknowledge the enduring presence of the Indigenous people with whom we share this land today, their achievements and their contributions to our community. I'll now seek for any declarations of pecuniary interest. Seeing none, we'll move right to report 4.1. I'll look to you, Craig, to commence.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Madam Chair. So the report before you this afternoon, recommends the appointment of KPMG as the auditor of the region of Waterloo for the 2022 fiscal year. Just by way of, very brief background, we undertook an open RFP process a number of years ago. KPMG was appointed for a 3-year term with an option to extend for another 2 years. Those extensions were approved by the region. We've subsequently brought a report back recommending the ongoing engagement of KPMG on an annual basis and subject to the explicit approval of this committee. And that's because, in as much as staff are making this recommendation, this is very much a relationship between the auditor and the audit committee, and council members should be 100% comfortable with that relationship going forward. So from a staff perspective, we recommend a further 1-year extension. The pricing proposal from KPMG is attached. If I recall, it's about a 5% increase. The last few years have had nominal, I'm going to say in the 1 to 2% range increase. This year's is a little higher, perhaps not surprisingly, given the general cost increases that seem to be experiencing pretty much all over the place these days. There's a fairly broad range of reports that the auditor would be responsible for at a high level. And in terms of this committee, it's the audit of the region's consolidated statements, the sinking fund, as well as the trust funds at Sunnyside Home. And inclusive in that is work with respect to the region of Waterloo Community Housing Incorporated. So again, from a staff perspective, we're very comfortable making a recommendation for 1 more year. I think the other advantage that provides is it gives the incoming council an opportunity to work with KPMG for the 2022 audit and then make its own decision about who should be providing audit services going forward. So with that, Madam Chair, happy to answer any questions.
Do we have any questions? Okay, so that looks good to me. I guess we're not making a motion, right? We're going to take it to committee. Sorry, I'm a little bit discombobulated. Okay, so then we do need a mover and a seconder. It's only us. Thanks.
Yes, that's correct.
And Karen, any opposed? Okay, good to go. So that's the motion. We've got that going. Then the closed meeting of the audit committee be held on Monday, June the 6th at approximately 1 o'clock. What do we have here? What's that, Craig? Sorry, I've got it on my phone, so it's quite small.
Yep. So I think I'll look for some guidance from the clerk here. I think a motion to go into closed is in order. And then we have 1 item on the closed audit committee agenda for consideration.
Okay, perfect. All right. So we'll do this time Karen motion and seconded by Elizabeth, and into closed we go. Is that correct?
Yes, we'll just need a moment for staff to stop the live stream and exit.
Thanks, Caitlin.